Hello, my beautiful friends. So I received literally over 500 emails from you guys checking in on me, man, and I'm so grateful for you, and I wanted to check in with you. As many of you know, I had a little mental breakdown last week. I am at a hotel. I needed to escape. I've lost myself, I think. I've lost my identity. I've lost who I am. I've lost my mind. What else is new? But this time I actually did something about it. I checked myself into a hotel down the road for 4 days. And it was the coolest thing that I've done for myself in a really long time. Here's why. Prior to my hotel trip, I had been doing anything and everything to avoid being alone with my thoughts. When I fell asleep at night, I had to fall asleep listening to a show on YouTube. When I took a shower or drove in my car or painted or cooked, I had to have a show playing in the background because my anxiety takes my thoughts to some really dark places, and I thought if I was distracted, I couldn't stress about the past and obsess about the future. But what ended up happening was I was so busy pumping myself full of noise that I didn't realize that I was just in autopilot, scrolling through Facebook for hours on end, listening to crime shows, stalking people on Instagram. I was so caught up in what everybody else was doing, and I found myself comparing, and I found myself feeling less than, and I found myself trying to be everything to everyone, and in the process I freaking lost my identity, man, and I didn't realize it for a long time because I was so distracted. Who am I other than a mom? Who am I other than a wife and a YouTuber, an author and a comedian and a content creator, and you know, somebody that people look up to and somebody that makes people laugh? Like, who is Tiffany underneath all that? And I had no clue, so I had to figure that out. When I went into this hotel room, I gave myself 6 rules, and those rules have changed my life. The first rule was no social media. Every moment that I spent scrolling was a moment taken away from spending time with my kids or spending time learning and growing and, you know, hanging out with my husband. Every minute I spent scrolling was literally a minute down the drain that I would never get back. The next thing that I did was, if I was gonna be on my phone, it had to be a TED Talk, a motivational video, or a meditation. I had to spend 1 hour at least each day in complete silence, which was terrifying. It was just me and my thoughts, and I watched my thoughts pass like cars. But I practiced letting them pass, letting them go, not latching on to any of them, not absorbing them, just watching them go. And eventually my mind started to wander to places that it wouldn't have, and I started to feel inspired, and I started to think of all these wonderful ideas that I wouldn't have been able to think of had I been distracted. 1 hour per day out in nature, which is the last thing that I want to do because I don't like being outside. I'm very weird, and it's tough for me to get out of my comfort zone and go outside, but once I did and I felt the breeze and I sat in the shade and I was just alone with nature, it was really, really calming. No responding to text messages, emails, or calls. Here's the thing, now that we have our phones tied to us like a leash, we feel obligated to respond the moment we get a notification, and our life is nothing but a bunch of dings and buzzes and bings, and it distracts us from the present moment. So I ignored those, and it was magical. The last thing that I did was I spent those entire 4 days doing exactly everything that I wanted. If I wanted to eat ice cream for breakfast, I ate ice cream for breakfast. If I wanted to float in the pool drinking a cherry Coke with a straw, that is what I did. It was very freeing. And here's what I learned, that I had some things in my life that were toxic that I needed to get rid of. I had things in my life that I had to take control of, and I had things in my life that I had to let go of trying to control. I learned that I had said yes to things when I wanted to say no, and I put too much on my plate. And so I have spent the past 7 days that I haven't been on social media clearing my plate, saying no and not being sorry about it, spending every waking moment that I could with my children and my family and doing what made me happy. And now I know who Tiffany is. I feel like a new person. I'm very grateful. I'm better than I've been in a long time, and I'm going to be doing what makes me happy from now on, and that is making videos for you guys, making you laugh, making you feel inspired, getting to know you, and enjoying life, and not being so caught up in algorithms and insights and views and likes, and just getting to the root of it and having fun. And that's what's up, and that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm so grateful to have you on this journey with me, man. Thank you for being a part of my world. I love you, and I'm excited to see what the future has in store.